Hi guys, happy Friday. Happy fucking Friday. God no, I hate Friday. Why? Why can it not be Sunday? So, alright, so today, I have been really experimenting with this thing. With this gigantic Ankh. How incredible is that? How incredible is that? So, last night, well, a couple nights ago, visitation in Undul, or the Haus Of Ouija with Thoth. He presented to me, as I told you guys, he presented to me this giant, well, it wasn't like this. This is very synchronistic. So he told me to go ahead and get a jade Ankh cross, a true cross, one of his crosses. So this actually came. Thank you, sister. I love you to death. So this actually came. It's not jade. Am I turning colors? I'm turning colors. I see it. There, maybe I won't turn colors. Yes, I'm still turning colors. But, so the Thoth basically said, you know, let this be the spiritual representation, my spiritual anchor of his priesthood. So, and then last night, well, I had some crazy, stories, visions, visitations, going down into the Haus Of Ouija and speaking with Thoth, and it's very, very different. It's very, very different. For the sexual undertone is very prevalent within everything that I've seen, that I can go back and I can look now at any ancient Egyptian. It's all very heavily undertoned with sex. So that would represent why he keeps saying, I'm just going to read this. So this falls into the area of amulets and talismans. So basically, here's one channeled passage. So Thoth says to anoint the beads with the Ankh on it, with coconut oil, and let it all soak in. So that would make that shinier. That would keep it more protected. So I am going to, however, where'd it go? Add a little green in there, just a tiny bit of green, just for him. Okay, so with coconut oil, let it all soak in. Now I don't know if Ptah or Ta was in the picture, or was around, or was influencing my channeled writing. So Ptah, I think, came in and put the impression of ejaculating on it and bringing it to life through the subconscious mind into the mind and into the universe for manifestation. So Thoth says to focus your intention on the initiation process to make this a spiritual relic, as above the belt, referring to as above so below. It has to happen on all three planes of and in your body and mind. So that makes, and then if you go back and you actually research the Ankh and what it actually means, that makes complete sense. Complete sense. Some people have considered that a gun. Shoot. And what does shoot mean in to shoot in Egyptian? The Egyptians means to ejaculate. So, it's very different, very different. So I kind of translated it, just tried to make sense of it, and it didn't make sense. To me, anyway. But it did, it had a very good meaning to it. Very good meaning to it. Whoops, sorry. So yeah, it's just been very, very interesting. How far are you guys in modern magic? I know a lot of you have just gotten your book. I love it. I think that's amazing. I still have yet to do the middle pillar ritual. I know that I'm ready for it. I have the Lesser Banishing Ritual of the Pentagram down pat. I'm so glad I have that down. And actually, I've noticed throughout the month, it's been about 2 months now since we've been studying this, I've actually noticed with the Lesser Banishing Ritual of the Pentagram, when I do it at night, it cleans and clears away all the nasties of the day. So it's a very good thing to do at night before you go to bed. It helps me sleep. It has completely calmed. It releases, it helps to release emotion, and it helps to draw in just all of that clear, clean energy. So it's just one amazing ritual. One amazing freaking ritual. So the Kabbalistic cross, I think, is very amazing. It is very, very amazing. And when you actually do the cross, it is mind-blowing. So we'll do it really quick. So what you do is you just put your arms to your side. I feel like I'm at the doctor. Take 3 deep breaths. And then you're always nervous, and your blood pressure is always up and everything, so. And then you let that, you're supposed to be facing east. I'm not, I'm facing west. So I'm letting that ball of energy roll up my whole body. It's the relaxation ritual. It feels really, really cool. And now it's at the top of my head, and it always sticks at the top of my head like this, like you see on Isis. So it's always stuck here. Okay, now I'm planting my feet firmly on the ground. Arms at my side. Now I'm seeing everything from space. Literally from space. Everything is very, very tiny. It looks very, very funny. So I can see that sliver of white astral light of the divine, of all. So it goes. Ata. Drawing it down. Malkut. Digbura. Digdula. Leolam. And it just feels amazing. That part right there literally feels amazing. And it clears your body. I feel it clears my whole body. I can see the Kabbalistic cross inside of me. I can feel it. And it's amazing. Obviously, since I have allergies really bad, I can't vibrate the names of the words, so it sucks. So when I'm actually drawing my pentagrams, so that one would be Yod He Vav He. When I'm actually trying to vibrate the names, it comes out cracked. It's totally cracked. That art probably just smoked too much, but that ritual seriously has proven to me, going back through my journal. I've kept the journal like the book said. I'm actually following the rules, which is very strange. I don't care for rules. But it's working. It's working. It is working. It's incredible. It is so incredible. It's almost a little scary how real this all is. It's seriously just amazing though. The energy that you pull in with that simple little ritual, it just feels so good, so good. So I've noticed that it actually calms. It calms the energies of the day down. It kind of sweeps away some of the nasties, the debris from the day. It calms the house. And it literally just ricochets all through my house. I can see it in my mind's eye right now. The blue pentagram the blue energy just ricocheting throughout my entire house. And it's amazing. It is amazing. I love it. But, okay, now, as far as the Ankh, it's very, very spiritual. I did not know how spiritual this is. And when doing ritual with this on, I did not know how powerful that it connects spirits and matter together. So it is literally, this is the female. This represents the womb, the mother, the earth. And this is the cross part with a phallic symbol. So, manifestation, life, eternity. It is so amazing. And when you take it and you put certain, if you have a certain magnetic one, I actually took magnetic sand, and these are grooved. It's very intricately, the wood burning is very intricate. So I actually took a little magnetic sand and I set it down and I laid it there, and it kind of stuck in the little grooves, and I laid it there like this. And I actually took my pendulum and I took some, I'm not going to say which ones, I took some actual magnetic stones, placed them around, and it literally, it's like it charged this. It literally made this feel completely different. It has almost like a pull. It's like a pull. It's like the bottom, it feels like there's just so much energy pulling up. The top, you can feel the energy looping around. And when it does hang down and you're doing your Lesser Banishing Ritual with the pentagram, it is so cool that you can actually feel and you can see in your mind's eye the loop and then the cross. So it connects spirit with the physical. So, manifestation. So that leads into my whole entire thing with shooting, or the ejaculating of the words into existence. So, it's a tool for manifestation. I did not know that. Very interesting stuff on that topic. I'm loving the Ankh, the ancient Egyptian. It's just seriously amazing. It is very amazing. So last night's visitation in Undul, Thoth keeps telling me to prepare for priesthood. So, he complimented this necklace. He talks as if he does not know about what is going on in the world today. His technology. He did not know what the internet was. He did not know what a computer was. And so I had to tell him, and I've told you guys this before, I had to tell him that it is his very advanced technology, because he is the one that created everything. All of this is because of him. All of the information, the way we channel, the way we actually literally not channel spirit, but we talk, and it's all a part of Thoth and his way of technology and advancement. So it's strange to have to actually tell him that the internet is something that is a part of you. So it's your advanced technology in 2017, and he thinks of it. He acts like when he acts like that, it's more of he takes on a role of a grandfatherly figure. So it's like, I don't want to say computer illiterate, because he's not. I just think that he is I can almost see him right now in his chamber, and he's telling he's saying something like he is very proud of his work, how far it has come along with technology, but he does not like the bad side of the technology. There's so much bad sides to technology and all of this internet. So, but it was really cool. He keeps telling me to prepare for the priesthood. So I do have a ritual robe picked out. I don't know if I should buy it or not. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. It's strange. I feel different inside and out. I know I'm older. Everything is just making more sense. It's falling into place. I feel like my anger if I'm not angry or if something isn't wrong, I'm useless. So I've got to have that. I act on my inspirations. So I just feel like everything is more focused now, at better areas. So I can focus my anger, turn that anger into something positive, and focus it at a better cause, instead of freaking out and going crazy on somebody, which I still do at times, but only when it's appropriate. So he has taught me quite a bit, in the lines of actually growing up. So it's very strange. It's very strange. I don't want to feel like this. I feel mature. I feel very mature inside. I don't see myself that way. Very different. But he does. He's brought just everything together, and it really is. It's been such an amazing journey with him. So I wanted to just kind of go into with talismans. So this is really cool. This is way back in the book, but I just thought it'd be really cool to do for today. So it's part 3 of lesson 7, and this is page 302 of Modern Magic. This is being read in the public domain. Donald Michael Craig. Oh, I didn't know he passed. That really saddens me. I think he would be very happy to know that his work is inspiring so many people. So part 3 is all about the talismans. So this goes into the Ankh and the ejaculation of manifestation. So as above, so below the belt, literally, as Lifting the Veil would say. And I'm loving your videos. You're one amazing person. I have got to I have got to watch your Ankh video. All the other ones are very I don't even want to say it, but it seems to be if you're of a certain skin color and you're delving into ancient Egyptian mysteries, you're going to get a lot of shit. I didn't know that. I did not know what I was getting into, but I love it. I love what I've got into. I love my faith. I love my path. So don't let people stop you. Don't let people stop you. It's like a battle of the races with a lot of the ancient Egyptian stuff. So, alright, so part 3. Okay, so a talisman is any object, sacred or profane, with or without appropriate symbols, which had been charged or consecrated by appropriate means and made to serve a specific end. So the word talisman is said to come from the Arabic word talisma, which means magic writing. However, there is no proof of this. It may come from the Turkish meaning one who is learned in divinity. So, a priest. Weird synchronicity. Likewise, the word amulet is believed to be of Arabic origin, but again, there is no proof. No one knows exactly where either word came from. So, alright, today talismans are used to draw beings towards you. Their purpose including obtaining money, luck, health, or love. Amulets are used to keep things away. They protect from evil or bad luck and help keep one from ill health. In this course, talisman, with a lowercase first letter, will refer generically to both talismans and amulets. Talisman with a capital first letter will refer to an object used to draw something to you. So an amulet with a capitalized first letter will refer to an object used specifically to keep something away. So the Ankh is definitely something it keeps away and it brings to. So, alright, for thousands of years, writing was a magical art. It was held in secret by privileged classes and magicians. It was believed that certain symbols had magic power in and of themselves. This tradition has been carried into even into modern movies, where Count Dracula cringes in fear from the very sight of a cross. Thus, symbols placed upon a rock or a piece of parchment were, of themselves, considered to be powerful. This is what I call the animistic theory of how talismans work. So, animistic, meaning everything has something, a spirit in it, so I like that. So today, many magicians do not believe in this theory. Rather, they take what I call it the energetics theory of how talismans work. They believe that the charging of the talisman is the important part, putting magical energy into the object chosen to be a talisman. The time taken to carefully put the proper symbols on the object is a good way to create and send energy. Mix this with the energy raised and directed during a ritual to charge the talisman, and it is no wonder that this technique of magic is powerful. So, do not doubt that talismans, if properly made and charged, are powerful. So here are 3 instances of which this person says I am personally aware. So here's a few instances. So 1, M had been divorced and was looking for a new mate for her life. She followed the instructions in this course. Within days, a man came into her life who fit virtually all of her desired characteristics in a man. They dated for a while, and were married. So, 2, N. N was taking my course in Southern California area in the class after the one on talismans. She told me that she would have to drop the class. When I asked why, she replied that she had been trying to sell her mobile home for 6 months without luck. She tried making a talisman to help her sell her house. The house sold in a few days, and she had to prepare to move. I think that's awesome. 3. Q was studying at a major university while he was also taking this person's class. He asked how the talismans could help him to study and learn for a test he would be having in 2 weeks. So this person says, I gave him advice on what type of talismans to make. Later, however, I had to give more help. He had made a talisman to gain knowledge and information, but he had charged it improperly and too soon. He found that his head was filled with data, which had nothing to do with the test he was going to take. So I gave him some more help, and he did very well in his test. So, charging a talisman. So as discussed in the previous section of this lesson, practitioners of the art of low magic were closer in spirit to nature than most of their high magic practicing counterparts. Notice that I used the past tense in the previous sentence. Today, many low magicians live in large cities and know little of nature's majesty. Many who call themselves witches or pagans are nothing more than people practicing a simplistic form of high magic. However, this in itself should be considered a small miracle, as most people who consider themselves to be high magicians do not practice any type of magic. This means that if you practice magic as described in these lessons, you will truly be a real practitioner of art magic. So looking back at the pagans of an earlier time, where we see that most, if they were not all, in harmony and close communion with nature, they easily saw that all things on this planet were composed of 4 categories. Everything had degrees of hotness or coldness. Copying the early high magicians and alchemists, they called this element fire. Things could also be more or less solid, earth, and varying degrees of fluidity, water, and varying degrees of compactness, or expansiveness, air. So, just a little bit about talismans. Very cool, very interesting. So, we have already discussed these 4 elements. In fact, you should by now know only by being in harmony with these elements, but you should also have some degree of success in being able to control them. Although the main focus in this course is high magic or ceremonial magic, being able to work with the elements is a basis for all forms of magic. To a real magician, terms such as high magic, low magic, art magic, etc. are terms used to help others understand what you are doing and to enable you to better communicate. To a real magician, the important question is not whether it is high or low, but did it work or not? So, with this in mind, I want to discuss another disagreement that magicians have with another set of people. These people have their minds open to new ideas, as long as these ideas fall into their belief patterns. No, I am not talking about religious fanatics, I am talking about scientists. As stated before, many scientists tend to scoff at this simple 4-fold division of matter. Modern science points to its own periodic table of the elements and says we can prove the existence of 100 elements. This, according to the modern scientists, makes the old four-element theory obsolete, superstition, nonsense. The five elements, theory does not define element the same way modern science does. The four elements define the properties of matter, not its chemical makeup. Gold is an element in the modern scientific sense. In the four-element theory, or perhaps four-quality theory would be a better phrase, gold has relative amounts of fire, air, earth, and water. Therefore, both the ancient four-element theory and the modern scientific theory of the elements can coexist with no problem, so as long as you understand that the word element has a different meaning for scientists and for magicians. I feel that it is important to understand these differences, which is why I have represented this material at this time. So, it's a little bit on talismanic magic and just how it kind of works, and a few little instances of his experiences with talismanic magic. So, you have probably heard of a person obtaining the lock of another person's hair to use as a basic for casting a spell upon the person from whom the lock of hair was taken. The hair does not merely represent the same person, the person from whom it was taken, but it actually is said to be in sympathy with that person. So here the word sympathy has the earlier, somewhat archaic meaning of being closely related, and not the modern meaning of feeling sorry for someone. So two totally different meanings for sympathetic, or having similar feeling or emotions for another person. This is the reason that this type of spellcasting is frequently called sympathetic magic. Other things could be used to represent and be in sympathy with another person: a picture, a piece of clothing, pairings from the person's fingers or toenails, a drawing or a doll, a puppet, could all be used to relate to the person. Expanding on this, we can find that there are many things which could correspond to a person. It is in this way that the list correspondences can be set up, as was the list of Kabbalistic correspondences given in an earlier lesson. So the four elements have correspondences too. So here's a list of some possible correspondences. So for air, we have a feather, incense, the colors blue or gold. For earth, we have a rock, a pentacle in the tarot. The colors are brown, black, or green. Earth. I'm very earthy. Fire, a piece of coal, a match, the color red, or a reddish orange. Water, a pebble found near or in water, a shell, the colors blue, black, or green. So notice that in the above short list, there is a duplication in the use of colors corresponding to the elements. This is not a mistake, rather it allows you to choose which system of color correspondences you wish to use. So we do have room for creativity. So, just as in all... I'm tangled up here, damn it. Just as in the above list, certain objects correspond to one of the four elements, so too can the elements relate to a variety of ideas as shown below. So, air, schooling, memory, intellectualization, teaching, tests, divination, communications, travel, writing, organizing, and organizations, organizing groups of all kinds, theorizing, or drug addiction. Oh, that's awful. Earth, money, jobs, promotions, business, investments, material objects, fertility, agriculture, health foods, ecology, conversion, stock market, antiques, old age, museums, buildings, construction, progress, the home, the physical world, daily necessities such as food and clothing. Damn computer. Alright, so, where was I? Okay, fire. Success, sex, banishing some illnesses, military conflicts, protection, court law, police, and sheriff agencies, contests, competitions, private detectives, dowsing, treasure hunting, gambling, athletics, strength, good health, war, terrorism, and on a more personal level, anything related to the Freudian ID, the lower emotions or absurd desires and lust. That is too much desire or lust. Anger, violent emotions, also things having speed. Water, higher forms of love, and the deeper emotions such as compassion, faith, loyalty, and devotion. Also friendship, partnerships, unions of any kind. Affection, contract negotiation, beauty, rest, meditation, spirituality, healing, wounds, restoring growth, childbirth, and children. The home, receptivity, family, swimming, diving, fishing, ancestors, medicine, hospitals, compassion, doctors, nursing, and clairvoyancy. So, if you're going to make a talisman, which would be, my talisman would be this, the Ankh. I would probably go with probably Earth. Or I would probably go with air because of Thoth. Or I would go with fire. Or I could combine all the elements into one. So it just depends. But I thought that would be just something very neat to kind of just go over with you guys. I thought it was very, very interesting. Very interesting stuff indeed. So, what do you guys think? So that can actually help us. I still do want to do a protection, a psychic protection, which this is going to basically incorporate all of the elements. It will have to, since Thoth is all things. So, with just that little bit of information, do you guys want to do a group talisman? Doesn't have to be Egyptian. Doesn't have to be of Thoth. I'm just personally doing it for Thoth because he is calling me to his priesthood. He keeps telling me to prepare for priesthood. And he keeps telling me, money is not important. He keeps saying, don't overspend. Don't make use of what I've got. But I mean, I'm gonna order a few other things. Maybe. So, yeah, if you guys want to do a small talisman or something with that little bit of information from modern magic or high magic, we could all do a talisman of some kind. And it's very fucking rude to dislike somebody's reading, especially when I put my all into it. It's very fucking rude. So be kind to these people, and I know who these people are that are disliking the videos, and because it's funny, because it's like one dislike to 29 to 30 to 50 thumbs up. Get a life, seriously. Leave these people's readings alone. Thank you. Don't try to, yeah. I mean, it's just very unnecessary to actually go into depth about, somebody's reading. So, alright. Bracken Basin. You're not supposed to let them go through the alphabet or numbers, and if they're Satan or Zozo, leave. Oh, gosh. That's ridiculous. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I'm not even going to answer that. Okay, Knick-Knack Tatty Cat. Hi, my darling. Hi. Oh, comment. Okay. Alright, let's see. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I sent you a much too long email. LOL, no rush. I read it all last night. I love it. Okay, this is what I needed to hear. To answer your first question, yes, I'm working on healing. Currently, since early 2013, I've been healing and experiencing a spiritual awakening. It's been pretty intense but amazing results. Not sure about the dove other than it reminds me of my past Christian upbringing and the symbolic meaning of the dove in that sense. I'm so happy that you liked it. I'm very happy that you liked it. but I think my mom is one of the women. The other women may not be in my life yet. For some reason, the male that doesn't look dead on the tarot card reminds me of my son. It popped into my head that it looked like him, but I think it may be just because of the shape of his head, lol. I'm looking forward to many more sessions with you. Love you both so much. XOXO. Aw. I did read your email. I loved it. Thank you. Thank you for the amazing email. I loved reading for you. That was an intense freaking session. I loved it. I do. I love doing it for you. I love past life regression. It's seriously amazing. Gemini Moon. Hi, my darling. Love you, dear. Fabulous session as always. I love you too. Very, 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 very much. Alright. Black hole sun. Blah, 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 blah. So you... Okay, wait. I'm going to read your comment first. So North America was not even discovered until 1492 by Columbus. Oh, wait. No. The Indians were here first. Sorry, buddy, but they were. Way before Columbus. There were people here. Native Americans, Indians. It's very true. Let alone have plantations and servants in the South. Something is feeding you false information that's easily debunked, and it's not your grandmother. Yeah, that's my grandma. That is. I'm sorry, but you're wrong. Don't believe what comes through just because it knows details about your grandma. These fuckers know everything about our relatives and can fool us. No, I've been using this tool for 22 years. 22 years. Sometimes you get mixed information. People really research their sessions. They really go into research for their sessions. And then they will find that some of the dates have been, I've had my eyes closed half the time and not realize. It's funny that they actually land on letters when my eyes are closed. Okay, so, what, blah, blah, blah. Okay. About our relatives and can fool us, blah, 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 been there, and yes, I have not 20 years Ouija experience, but I do have 17, and I've learned that the hard way. Demons do exist, and they do come through the board to fuck with our heads. Why? Great question, but they do. Research what they told you in the sessions. It's not possible. The info is false. Oh, really? Really? So there was nothing here before Columbus came. Nothing at all. The world's got to be flat then. It's got to be completely flat. No, I think you're completely 100% wrong. Sorry. I do. I think you're full of shit. That's what I think. But that's just my opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. Don't come on here and shit on somebody's session. Alright. Knick-knack, teddy cat. Black hole sun. I'm sorry you have had such a negative experience with using the Ouija. One tiny negative experience, it completely dampers somebody. And it will destroy them. And then they try to destroy other people that use the board and try to manipulate them and tell them, well, you're not talking to so-and-so. Really? Really? Okay. Alright. Okay, you still seem so hurt by the deceit you feel you've experienced. I understand the importance of discernment, fact-checking, and being cautious of who you trust in the non-physical. However, I would also consider that not all the information we've heard or read from the living is true either. No, it's not. It's not. You are completely right, darling. So, whether you believe this is a negative or positive, true or false reading, it's purely a result of perspective, although I mostly saw anger when I read this message. I think you were trying to be helpful, and I can appreciate that. Alright, let's go on to see what the black hole has to say. Okay, knick-knack, teddy cat. Thanks. Yes, anger might be too harsh, more like frustration at being deceived, and in my opinion, seeing Ryan being deceived, at least in this one session. Oh, God. I'm not being deceived. I've been doing this for 22 years. No, I'm not even wasting my time on this. This is ridiculous. You should be sorry too. This was her session. So, thank you for apologizing to her. Okay. Knick-knack, teddy cat. I'm very happy with this session. I've done my own research out of the curiosity, even looked up clothing from this time period. However, there are accounts that make the dates 100% plausible, and there are accounts that don't agree. I think when people hear the word plantation, which only means an estate on which crops grow and are cultivated by local residents, they place a time frame on it, as well as which isn't strictly limited to cotton picking southern states era. There were plantations in Europe, Africa, Australia, and many other places all throughout history, and definitely before the stereotypical cotton field picking plantations of the South. Thank you. Thank you. You do your research. I love you. I love it. I love it. I think it's incredible. That is what this is supposed to be. Research. This is delving into our past life. So, here we go. She provided you with information that I didn't have to. She validated her own session. I didn't have to. Don't hurt the messenger. Don't get pissed off at the messenger, Mr. Black Hole. Okay. I still haven't got to read your comment. Okay, where am I? Okay, I'm not even going to go into the historical inaccuracies of Columbus's journey. I love it. I love it. Thank you. You've proven so much right there. I've got to finish this. Columbus's journey and the biased documentation of the exploration of the Americas. I'd be here forever. Veronica also mentioned that this region is where the southern states are now, but we wouldn't recognize the name of this region because it was in a time frame way before the state's history. Besides, I wasn't looking for historical accuracy. When I asked for a session, I honestly don't trust many historians out there anyways. You'd be surprised. We don't know. We don't know for sure. We don't. So, besides, I wasn't, yeah, okay, I read that. I honestly don't trust, I don't either. Having watched you progress on your journey, even if it's through just the window of YouTube, is why I trusted you to do this session. I have found so much positivity and inspiration in this session. There will always be others that have opposing viewpoints and doubts. Not to belittle what Black Hole's son was trying to say, but it reminds me of when you're talking to your friends about communication in a serious relationship. There's always that one friend that has been recently hurt that will say, oh, he or she probably is cheating on you. It comes from a place of caring by warning. But depending on how it's worded, it can do harm or place possible unwarranted doubt in an undeserving person. Ryan, I think you are well versed in overcoming entities deceiving you. This is a reason among many others, but I wanted you to do my past life session. Aw. Aw. That was so sweet. Aw. Don't do that. Don't be sweet. That's really seriously sweet. I love how you have actually the inspiration, the message. It's about the inspiration and the message. And now that I go back and I think about the session, she did not give specific, she did give dates, roundabout, but then I did look back and it said, it is not how we would have seen it now. It is nothing like what we would have seen that the states as of now. So, that you're like the third person to tell me that they have actually watched other people do readings and for past lives, and it chose me to do it. That makes me feel very good. That makes me feel very good. Thank you. Aw. That's very humbling. Very humbling. You've made my day, my weekend. Thank you. You're very, very, wow, that's crazy. It was very crazy. I'm just very glad that you liked your session. But yeah, people, just be nice. I mean, it's somebody else's session, you know, don't go crazy. Don't flip out, and don't worry about me, because I'm fine. I have my life. My life is good. I love myself. I love my family. I have an amazing family, amazing friends, right here. So, knick-knack, teddy cat. I love you very much. Monica, hi my sis, how are you? Wow, bro, the Ankh could almost be used as a planchette if the letters were small enough. I like it. Could be. I love it. I love it. It's so amazing. Knick-knack, teddy cat. I thought that, and you said it. Haha, that necklace is flipping awesome. I love it. I seriously love it. They do. This is like the biggest necklace. Well, I have one more that's very large. It actually goes down to my toes. It's a rosary that I actually strung myself. It was for Marilyn Monroe, so it actually is pearl strung. Yeah, I was 18 and I had a credit card. Bad. All right, Lee Paul, Mr. Lee, how are you? The master at work. Great video. Good video, Mr. Ryan. Thank you, Mr. Lee. I'm not a master by far. Pammy Rogers, that was absolutely amazing. I'm speechless, and that doesn't happen often, lol. But with my session, thank you. Aw, thank you so much. That is so sweet. That is very sweet. Mason Park, how are you? I've been creeping on all your old videos, lol. Oh my god, they're still up? No, I don't like my old videos. They're creepy. It's voodoo. I don't like voodoo. I think it's... Yeah, you guys know my opinion on that. Alright, guys. Okay, so I have one past life. I have openings for Saturday, and I have openings for Sunday. So, if you guys want, let me know. And I would be more than happy. Tarot, direct channeling, pendulum, Ouija, all of it. So, alright guys, I will see you all tomorrow. I hope you guys have a good weekend. Try. For me. Have a good weekend for me. And if you guys want to do this something very small, like I just read earlier from Modern Magic, let me know. We'll set up a little time and we'll see what we can do. So I think it'll be very cool, very fun. So, all right, guys, I love you all very, very, very much, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. Everybody stay safe, and I love you all very, very much. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Fucking shit won't turn off. There we go. All right. I love you all. Bye, guys.